On to the O's, presented by FedEx here on Washington Football Live. Julie Donaldson, Santana Moss. So we are now talking about offensive coordinator Scott Turner. This is his first full-time offensive coordinating position. Pretty young. Kevin O'Connell was here, but when they went through the interview process, many thought O'Connell had the best chance of staying here, but Rivera made the decision that he wanted to bring Turner with him, so he earned the job outright. But let's take a little bit of a look, Santana, about his path into where we are today. So his father, of course, is Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys that won 2 Super Bowls. Also head coach the Washington football team from 94 to 2000. So Scott, while his dad was here coaching, he played high school football, played quarterback at Oakton High School in Vienna. He played quarterback at UNLV, didn't start, had 5 completions in 5 games played. Now, he started his career under Ron Rivera in the first year when he was head coach in Carolina. Turner was the offensive quality control coach in 2011 to 12. In 13, he went to Cleveland as their wide receivers coach, while his dad there was the OC, so he'd have been managing you if you were on that team. All right.
Not in Cleveland, though.
Hey, your path takes you where it takes you. 2014, he became the quarterback coach in Minnesota under Mike Zimmer, and his dad was the offensive coordinator. Adrian Peterson told me that he's starting to remember the language from the offense from his days there, and it's starting to click for him. So there is a lot of similarities to what his dad did to what he is doing. In 2017, Washington, he was the offensive analyst for the University of Michigan with Jim Harbaugh. And then in 2018, Carolina quarterback coach under Rivera, so back with Rivera. And then he was promoted to offensive coordinator after Ron Rivera was fired of December 19th, that we all remember, because that was the Washington team that beat them in that game. And since Ron Rivera moved here, he decided through the interview process to bring Scott Turner with him. So this is his first time in the head full-time offensive coordinator position. Last season, you saw just a few games, so you weren't really entirely seeing in Carolina what his system would look like with his players kind of building that. Is there a bit of a learning curve for a coach and such for Turner, the same as it is for a player when coming into this position?
I'm sure it's a learning curve, for all of them. But, let's be honest. His dad coached this game at a high level. He eats, sleep, and football all his life. So at the end of the day, he knows what he's doing. And then he wore many hats. He wasn't just a guy that, he knows the whole entire offense. No, he's a quarterback coach. He's a receiver coach, quality control. He got a chance to come up and pretty much know the ins and outs of how to run an offense. So I have a lot of confidence when I hear a coach that has been in those many different spots, because you're not having to worry about, I've had a coach that was a running back coach, and now he's a receiver coach. We stop block their entire practice, and I'm like, hold on, like this is what the running backs do. So just knowing that he's a coordinator now, and he has, that Turner last name, and just knowing, where he comes from, his background, he gives me a lot of confidence in what he can bring to this team.
It would be easy to say that he gets this job because his dad is Norv Turner, but look, he didn't play in the NFL, as we were talking about Jack Del Rio and the respect he gets for that. But there's something about being around the game at that level in the NFL his entire life. I asked him, kind of during Corona, we were talking, I said, what is it you like to do outside of football? And it's like, football. It's like, that's been his entire life. That's all he's really known. That has to factor into what he has seen at this level since he grew up in it.
Yeah, that's the family business. One of the things that, most kids want to do is be like dad. And if your dad knows football and that's his business, then pretty sure that 9 out of 10 times that kid is going to grow up and want to be a part of that business. So to know that he grew up under that, it's just like Kyle Shanahan. It wasn't a coincidence that Kyle Shanahan made it to the Super Bowl last season. He's been around that all his entire life. So when he got his opportunity, I knew when he was a receiver coach in Houston that he was going to be a great head coach someday. And he came here and was a fabulous offensive coordinator, and now he's doing big things in San Fran. So I'm looking forward to big things from Turner here.
What does it take for you to be able to say, you know what, all right, he didn't play the games, because you said that automatically kind of gives a little bit of respect to a coach that did, but to be able to say, okay, no, I can trust him and I respect him and I'm going to listen to that. What is it, how do you know, if the Turner walks in, that you can trust or not what he's doing?
It's all about how you communicate with the players. You want to, most great coaches understand that the communication is key. That's number one. If I'm going to get the best out of you, I have to be able to get it out of you when I speak first and foremost. And, one of the things I find, that it's easy to tell a player, that I need this out of you, but to illustrate things and basically say, I'm going to show you what I need out of you. that's key too. You know, you want those players to understand their job, not just telling them what their job is. And I think that's one of the things that's how you win over players. You basically be one of those coaches that's going to be hands-on and say, I'm not going to just tell you what I need from you. I'm going to show you what I need from you. So therefore, when you out there and you don't give me what I need, then don't scratch your head or wonder why you're behind the next guy.
What about when it comes to players coaches? Do you like the players coach?
It varies. It varies, and it varies for a lot of reasons. You know, I'm good with a players coach that's going to lean and be on my side when I need a breaker here and there, but it's going to get the best out of me because he's going to demand the best from all of us. You know, but then that player coach that's going to come in and be giddy and be, hey, let me know what you're doing after practice. Then that coach, 9 times out of 10, we're not winning no games behind that guy. So it definitely varies, and I've had a few players coaches, but you know, the ones that I've had, they demanded the best out of the entire team, and they also gave us, you know, what players need, sometime a break here and there.
Pete Carroll, I think, would be kind of a good example of that.
If you had to look in the dictionary of player coaches, I think his picture would be up there.
And he has that respect as well.